With Robin running the shop, Jamie can do what he does best, recovery. The container truck lost control, slammed into a barrier and flipped, completely shutting down the highway.
We just usually, all we do is we just take a little bit, and the crush of the vehicle will actually come up like this.
Okay.
The cab is made out of fiberglass and metals, and it actually has a crush. It's like crushing a piece of paper. When you lift the weight off the cab, you're actually allowing the crush to unfold, and people can access the cab.
It'll be safe for a person to go there and work below them?
Yeah, I can reach out right over top, and we'll actually kind of go around the frame and just lift it straight up.
As long as it's going to be safe for us to work under. And that's what I want to make sure is first.
We'll make sure we all use new rigging, and there's no fooling around on this end.
The rotator is the only truck that can swing a boom directly over a wreck and lift vertically.
Round the frame on each side. The reason we bought the rotator is to do these technical jobs. Cranes are just not as mobile, and they don't get to a job as fast. Just make it so it's safe, that's all. You have to really make sure your rigging's 100%. I'm gonna lift up. You ready?
The road has been closed for 5 hours. Now it's up to Jamie to get it open.
We're gonna try to flip the unit over and at least get one lane open. Still attached to the container, a little bit pinned in there.
But there's a snag.
The hang-up on the back of the container is gonna be an issue.
Jamie is betting he can tear the last pin free and flip the truck and trailer over in one move.
Stay clear. What's happening? Hold it, hold it, hold it.
But the steel pin refuses to give.
Well, it's not wanting to tip.
One of the 4 pins that hold the sea can in place is refusing to budge.
And then we'll put our hook into there.
So Heavy Rescue re-rigs.
Okay, let's try it again. That thing gonna bust out of there?
It's walking with you, that's what the problem is. Oh, you mother. Okay, hold it, Jen.
It's causing us grief because it's just walking, it should dig in.
With the wreck sliding instead of flipping, they need to change the rigging again.
Drop this blue line down to a snatch block.
They'll run a snatch block as close to the ground as possible, creating a steeper pull angle.
If the tires grab and bite in, the whole thing should flip. Okay, Jace, you better come out of there. I don't want you near that pin. That blows up. It's not pulling over. Is this thing being a bitch?
I don't really know what we're gonna do with it.
After 2 tries, Jamie is no closer to getting traffic moving.
We thought when we started pulling that this one would break off, but it's actually hanging in there.
Jamie has decided to twist the pin free before trying to right the trailer.
Because it's gonna pull it out of its socket, I would think. I'll stand out of here, though. Good to go? Keep going.
Look out, guys!
Got her. Stand back.
Come on, you big fight. There we go, there we go.
After 6 hours on its side,
Here it comes. So we're gonna drag it backwards, then drag the front end around.
it sounds easy. But Jamie's got 60 feet of truck to turn around on a road half that wide.
Whoa!
We'll probably bring that front end around. Can you pull that cable around?
here we go.
There's not much weight in this container. I don't think we need to do too much fancy rigging here.
Jamie and his crew make short work of lifting the empty container off the highway.
We're on there, we're on there.
Okay, all right, let's unhook her. We're gonna head out.
Today is our second attempt at going up and getting a crane truck that rolled over down an embankment.
HR 68 and the Army truck met their match against the top-heavy bucket truck.
On a hope in hell. I don't think we're gonna get her. It's a hard pull. Get back your lines off, we're done. Get off the road.
Big unit. We needed the rotator there because the bucket truck just has a really significant gross weight. And it's a big, expensive, heavy machine.
And it's deep in the ditch, testing the rotator's 75-ton capacity.
Once they've got the traffic control going now, I think what we'll do is we'll take this lane, I'll back up,
Yeah,
you back up in the front, right?
yeah,
And then we'll get our rigging down to the machine,
yeah.
and we'll swing out together at once,
Okay.
and then do it.
They'll rig 2 lines from Collins Wrecker to the front axle of the bucket truck, and 2 more lines from the rotator to the rear. The bucket truck carries a $250,000 boom arm. The crew needs to take extra care with their rigging.
And then we just
Tied it in.
chained it and everything back to the brace.
You get right up in here.
And then we just in and around both of these pieces here.
Jamie gambled big bringing the rotator to Alberta.
Looks pretty good on the base.
He's about to find out if it'll pay off.
So you want to block the road first, then run the lines down?
What do you want to do?
Well,
You do the road lines first?
we ran the lines down and then, yeah, because we're pretty much...
Okay, your good decision. We'll do that.
You want to do that? Okay.
Blocking this road, even for a few minutes, has big consequences.
This is the main vein to the north and all the oil-related businesses. Okay, let's go. You get in
Let's
here.
go.
Stop all traffic. Come on, let's go. This machine's probably, I'm going to say, $500,000.
In northern Alberta, 30 minutes north of Lac La Biche,
We can bring it out of here, not cause the owner any more troubles and extra damage. This is good.
Jamie and the crew have rigged the rotator and HR 68 to the bucket truck.
It's a gamble sending our flagship out there. That cannot be a fail. It's got to be a win. Hey, keep going, Colin.
Right, yeah.
Doesn't want to flip. It's dragging into the bank. Colin, hold it. Is this snatch block going to get caught under the tire?
So Chuck is lying here.
Take the one line off. Well, that's kind of a bit of a mistake there. So they should have had a little more chain there to make it so when the thing comes down, it doesn't come down on your chain, right?
They'll have no way to unhook and re-rig for the pull to the highway.
There.
Okay, good. Good enough. Okay, so let's flip it. What do you think, Adam? Think it'll stay?
Oh yeah, he'll be good.
The crew must now drag the 25-ton truck through the deep snow.
We're not going to try to tear this up sideways up the bank. We're just going to give it a nice long sweeping pull out up on a nice angle. As he pulls ahead, I'm going to kind of give him a hand and I'm going to follow his radius. So he's going to come out like that. It'll be the easiest on his equipment and easy on our equipment.
We're gonna start her up.
Jamie will swing the rotator's boom, keeping the truck from tipping while Colin pulls it forward.
I'm gonna guess that truck is about 50,000, maybe 60,000 pounds. Pretty heavy. Sliding?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to that edge, Dave. I had a pretty good lean on it. She was dragging. Yeah, Jamie, that's got me right down. It was getting closer and closer to that ditch.
Heavy rescue is still waiting for custom ice cleats that can dig into the frozen northern highway.
I was a little concerned, and I looked over at Jamie, and he said, keep going.
I don't really care if you suck this thing into the gravel, right? Let it find its happy spot. I can always pull you out, right?
Okay, I'm just checking. That's
yeah,
what
don't be afraid to winch on something, right?
All right. His truck, he says, winch her into the ditch, and I'll pull you out. All right, boss.
You know, it's okay to drag that truck. He needs to drag it so that it can anchor down, right?
Get tension on the other line.
Coming though, we're almost home. Almost there. Beauty. Working out, eh? We're back. The team is firing in all cylinders. Most importantly, I'm back in the saddle doing what I really love. From a few months ago to where we are now, we're going to the moon, Alice.
Last night, a fully loaded semi veered off the road and is now wedged against the rock.
Have fun getting it out, I think.
It might look like a simple recovery, but Howie can't just winch it out.
There's only 4 feet between him and the rocks on the other side. So if I was to hook onto it and just start pulling it up the hill, it would automatically want to go away from the truck towards the rocks.
We all got to work together. You can't be a one-man army. I try, but there's certain times where you know you're outgunned. You either got to add another gun or get a bigger one. Here he comes.
Fortunately, there's a backup. Jamie's brother Jason has one.
Well, what do you think?
I'm thinking he's not coming out with damage. Without damage.
You guys are all fired for having dirty trucks.
Jamie shows up to oversee the recovery.
I just want to grab the front, get him to grab the back, and just park it on the shoulder behind me, basically.
Yeah, I think he should follow with you.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. If
He needs the team to help him in this case, so he's got to learn to be with the team and make this happen, because it's beyond a one truck, one guy job.
The only damage to the truck is on the front end of the trailer, and Jamie wants to keep it that way.
There's quite a bit of value in this truck, so the goal is to bring it out and not do any more damage to it.
Howie will tackle the tractor with HR 66, but the heavy lift might be more than it can handle.
This is really two rotator job. To lift this whole unit up and bring it on the road like this. Problem is we don't have a second rotator here. We're just gonna have to work with what we got.
He drove it into the ditch at such a shallow angle that he didn't wreck anything on the bottom half of the trailer. I got to get it out of the ditch without trashing it.
Give a little bit more on the downside. Keep it level. There you go, yeah. Hold it. Hold it.
It's brittle, it's plastic. It's not going to stand up to any kind of abuse.
So the problem we've run into now is the fairing starting to bite into the bank. That piece could be worth $4,000 or $5,000. So for $4 or $5 grand worth of damage, we're better off to put the line in there and lift it properly.
Okay.
Jason plans for a re-rig, running straps to the front of the trailer to help Howie lift it out.
He'll flip around like that, take a little bit of pressure off on it, and actually lift it over that way in order to pull it out.
You want to get that one over?
Yeah, I want it over. Push it up, Howie. Yeah.
Oh, watch her.
I got you.
I'm gonna move it back to the landing gear, eh?
Yeah, man.
What?
I tell you, this trailer is not looking very good up here. There's a lot more roof damage than really is apparent, and it goes for quite a ways.
The veer angle of the two lines would actually push on the top corners of the trailer, collapsing it in.
A spreader bar allows a trailer to be lifted vertically from its base, taking pressure away from the fragile walls. But rigging the spreaders...
And they're the same length?
Clevis.
What's this say?
It doesn't say foot length on it.
means more time on the highway.
Yeah, 20. That's a 20.
Angle irons will prevent the straps from cutting into the frame.
Okay, go ahead. Coming out. Turn the wheel to the right a bit.
The front fairings are out, but the rear fairings, still in the ditch, are right against the ground.
The problem is, we need to move ahead with this, get on the pavement here without damaging that fairing. This is our next issue.
We got to keep it off the ground, from rubbing the ground, basically, as it's coming over the bank.
Pull ahead.
Go look at the other side.
The trailer's suspended in midair with all its load. Those are real critical moments for us.
Hold on, Howie.
You got a 40-foot section of plastic hanging down there that's not going to clear, and it's just going to tear all of it off, and that's a big bill to repair.
He's going to grab the back of the trailer behind the axles. As I'm winching it out, he's going to swing with it. Keep it level with the back end of the tractor. So we're going to park it right here.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
What we really need here is these guys all to work together and be the dream team and make this happen.
So it's a matter of him watching me and me watching him, making sure that we're together.
There's some stress on here already, eh? Now it's gonna release. Tag her in, Howie. Let's give her, see what you can do.
Watch me, Howie.
Yeah.
Brakes off,
Slowly, Brett.
slowly.
Okay. Slowly. Keep going.
It's do or die right now.
Almost 40,000 pounds hangs in the balance.
Those are clench your fist, grind your teeth kind of moments for a guy where you have all the load suspended there.
A little more.
Yeehaw!
That's good, Howie.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It's all on the road now.
That's it. It's nice when they're successful.
We just lifted a fully loaded trailer out of a 4 or 5 foot ditch down here without any further damage. Making the right decisions, we come out with a happy ending.
And a lesson learned for Jamie's lone wolf.
When you're dealing with major incidents, major recovery work, team is the answer.
It's a perfect recovery for Jamie. And even though he's away, the wreck is still going to a Davis.
He's gone. He's in Texas, isn't he?
My brother Jason is a hardworking guy. He's very attentive to detail. You know, not as good looking as I am, but he's a great guy.
It's not very often that we get an opportunity to upshow Jamie in his own territory.
Probably would have scooped us on this one anyway if he was
The heavy load has shifted onto the thin trailer wall.
If it's going to be too much, it's going to start crumpling.
Jason would like to unload the trailer's cargo of frozen food, but the client has a different idea.
The customer is adamant on us bringing it up with its load intact.
But that comes with a big risk of wrecking the trailer.
He's just too far away from the road.
He calls on his big brother for some advice.
It's got a 15 to 18% grade here. It's almost vertical, the ditch on the side, eh? If I pull, it's going right, pulling right through the trailer wall. It's not that strong. And that's going to expose everything that's there.
There's a 70% chance it doesn't work.
So after that discussion with Jamie, that the only way we're going to get this vehicle out was with a crane.
A 75-ton crane with a massive 130-foot boom.
Even a rotator and a tow truck, you would not be able to get that vehicle upright and out of the ditch.
They have just enough room for the crane's outriggers, but there's a problem.
His swing out to the side, too.
The crane's counterweight sticks out more than 13 feet behind the cab.
If he's 90 degrees, we're shutting down that whole other lane.
So you're not going to get that lane.
Well, let's see what we can do here.
They need the crane to reach the wreck without swinging the ballast into the second lane.
Not enough room. Not enough room for the crane.
Without enough room to operate, he has to pull the plug before he can even get started.
Pack it down for inches.
Yep.
To be leaving without any success was a real disappointment for the crew.
If they can close down the road and I can get sideways to it, I can pick it, right?
Kind of ruins your day right quick.
Jason doesn't want to accept failure on his brother's turf. He needs a new plan.
Which one did he chain, T?
That one right there.
The center?
Middle, yeah.
Just after midnight in BC, Jamie's younger brother, Jason Davis, is back for another attempt at the wreck he had to leave behind.
Recovery was being done at night just in order for us to achieve the time that we needed.
I had to talk to Jason on the phone that night about that job. And he was pretty depressed, pretty down, and he was, almost second-guessing himself about how he handled it.
I don't got much time, man.
Jason gives a careful test pull with his rotator and sees a problem right away.
This will bite into the trailer like that. That'll bite that trailer and cause a kink in it and weaken the trailer.
It's only aluminum, it's very thin. And so you'll pull that strap right through that trailer and cut it in half.
I would unload it. Customer doesn't want it done that way. So, basically we have to tell the customer, look, your success rate here is very minimal.
Jason plans to use a crane hooked to a series of straps to help spread the load. The crane will then lift from the top, while the rotator pulls from the side. At 1 a.m., the machine arrives that will make or break this recovery.
By the way, T, so now what we're going to do is get the crane to come in behind me, throw some more straps to support the load. I'm going to put a stop on traffic, okay? I'll stop. Go time. Okay, Ralph, we're shut down, buddy. Swing over.
The crane operator has extended his boom so far, he can only use a fraction of his lifting power.
Hold it!
Or risk pulling himself over the bank.
It's his job. It has all the ingredients to go sideways. You've got a loaded trailer, a customer wants it uploaded, but the Davis boys don't give up.
With a crane maxed out, Jason has to come up with a new plan. With the boom shorter, the crane can lift more.
Are we good?
Hold on, I'll stop.
The trailer wall is buckling around the straps. Jason needs to redistribute the weight.
Anytime that you got that vehicle up in the air, and then you have to go underneath it to re-rig, I think it's always the hairiest and most dangerous part of the wreck.
Are you tight with the angle irons?
I guess he is. Okay, slow on the cable.
Slow on the cable. Or? Okay, let's do it.
That's coming over a long way.
Yeah. Keep going. Okay.
The wreck is almost upright, but now they need to winch the truck up the bank before the trailer wall collapses.
Getting it up and out of the ditch and on the roadway, that's another whole job in itself.
Jason's crew rigs a 50-ton wrecker to the front axle to help muscle the semi up the bank.
£34,000 right here in this corner. Yeah, she's out. Now we're at the home run. We gotta unhook and get this traffic through.
That was quite an accomplishment, man.
Send them through. Thanks, eh? Sorry to keep you waiting.
Well, I've done that type of wreck. It was not easy. I should say that I was missing that job, but it wasn't a job that you missed. Sorry, brother.
Watch full episodes on the Weather Channel and the Weather Channel TV app.